I had an overwhelming peace of mind and calming, and that's so strange for me. Try and take a step back, think about what we can actually do. Where did you and your husband meet? So this is kind of a funny story and it sounds super weird. Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be very different than my typical content on this channel. So normally you see me uploading what's for dinners every single Sunday, cleaning videos, motivational type of content, cooking, cleaning, all that type of stuff. And today is going to be just a little bit different. I want to sit down and just kind of talk about what has been happening in my personal life, my anxiety, what is happening all over the world. It is just a really crazy time right now. And I did want to come on here and just share a little bit of positivity because with everything going on right now, I feel like YouTube has been kind of a negative place. My whole subscription box is like stockpile grocery hauls, blah, 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 blah. And you'll actually notice that I did take my last 2 grocery hauls down. I do not want people to panic and I don't want to add to any of that. So this is just going to be a little bit of my thoughts on what has been going on and I want to share a little bit with you guys. So I want to back up to about a month, 3 weeks ago or so. We had our first couple of cases in the US. And that is when I started really watching what was happening. I started looking at other countries and seeing what was going on. And actually we started social distancing close to a month ago. I know it's just been like in the last week and a half, most people have been starting that, but we actually started a while back. And the only time we've really went out is to go to grocery stores. So for most people, this is kind of new, and I think that's where a lot of the panic is ensuing because people are now wanting to stock up on things and they haven't been able to. Stores are just insane and crazy. Where I live, I feel like people have actually been keeping their cool pretty well. There's not, like, I can still go get toilet paper. Yes, it's harder to find, but if I need to go get toilet paper, I can find it. And I know a lot of towns around me are not that way. So in my town, people are being still relatively calm, but they're finally starting to take it more seriously. So with everything going on in the last 3 weeks or so, I have been really overwhelmed and my anxiety has been really bad. If you've been following me for a while, you know that I struggle really bad with postpartum anxiety and just anxiety in general. It's not something I talk about a lot, but I do really struggle with it. And this whole situation has really triggered a lot of that for me and made it a lot worse. But that is not what this video is about. As of yesterday, I had an overwhelming peace of mind and calming, and that's so strange for me because if you know me, I am a worrier. I worry constantly. Like, that's just me. I get really anxious and I worry all the time. But yesterday, something just hit me and I'm like, it's gonna be okay. We're all gonna be okay. Don't get me wrong, I'm taking this very seriously. We are not going out in public. We are not going grocery shopping unless we absolutely have to. It is very serious. And my own husband has an autoimmune condition. He's on an immunosuppressant, so he actually is very at risk if we do get the virus here. But with all of that being said, I just have felt calm. Just in the last 24 hours. This is very new. And I don't know if maybe it's because I'm not panicky. I feel like God's got this. He has a plan. We're all gonna be okay. No matter what happens, we're going to be okay. No one knows what is about to happen in our country. It's a very scary time, but all that we can do is just have faith that God's got this. He knows what he's doing. I don't talk about religion on my channel a lot, but right now, all we can do is pray. God knows what he's doing. He has a bigger plan. He has a plan for each of us. We just need to learn to accept it. And that is where I hit yesterday. And I feel peace and I feel calming and I'm okay. Don't get me wrong. We're going to be taking every single precaution that we possibly can. I have been sanitizing like crazy. I make sure we wash our hands so much. I've been wiping everything down multiple times a day. We are being as careful as we can. My husband is still working, so that's a very potential hazard. We could easily pick it up at his work, although it is a very small place. But it's just, you know what, if we're gonna get it, we're going to get it no matter what. So we just need to try and be as calm as we can, because panicking is not going to help. So if you are feeling as panicky as I was about 3 weeks ago and just really getting anxious about it, try and take a step back, think about what we can actually do. We need to practice social distancing. We need to wash our hands like crazy. Don't touch your face, don't touch your mouth, anything like that. We know these things. Hand sanitize when you are out and about and you cannot wash your hands. When you come into your home, sanitize doorknobs and countertops, all of that. We can do those things. But at the end of the day, if it's gonna happen in our house, it's going to happen. And we just need to try and stay calm, because honestly, worrying and panicking is only going to worsen the state of everything for everyone else. So that is all I want to talk about. This is probably the last time you will hear me talking about any of this on my channel, because I just want this to be a positive place. Next week we'll be back to all normal content. So this Sunday I have a what's for dinner coming out. Just like always, I want to keep all of everything normal for you guys, because things are just crazy, and I want my channel to be a breath of fresh air where you guys can just go to take your mind off of everything. I did ask on Instagram if you guys had any questions for me with just everything going on, or just questions in general. It does not have to be about anything current. I said I'd answer anything. I literally just posted that like 2 hours ago, so I did not have very many responses. But I will answer the few questions that I did have. And yeah, I just want to kind of chat with you guys a little bit today. So I got 2 of almost the same exact question. It is, what are some things you are doing with your kiddos during this quarantine? And then, what have you been doing to occupy your time with 2 little kids? So I'm busy with 2 little kids. That is the main thing that occupies my time. But I've been having a hard time keeping Easton busy. We have been painting a lot. We've been doing sensory bins. I've been trying to like rotate toys a lot. We've been coloring. Oh, I'm just trying to keep as busy as possible. Here in Minnesota, it's still super cold, so I really can't take him outside much, because if I take him out, I have to take Brinley out, and she's only 8 months old. I don't really like taking her out in the cold if I don't have to. So outside really isn't a great option for us, but I'm just doing the best I can with what I have inside. One thing that I have been doing is letting him help me more with like household chores, like unpacking the dishwasher. He always helps me with that, but I've been letting him fold laundry with me. Oh, what else? He's been helping me wipe down like cabinets, countertops, things that he doesn't need to do, but it keeps him busy and entertained, and he is busy, and he's not just like having to play with toys, because I don't know about you guys, but my kids like don't play with toys. Brinley will, Easton does not. He doesn't like to just sit down and play with toys. One other thing is that we did get him magnet tiles for his birthday, and that has been pretty good. It's been keeping him busy. So when Brinley is napping, I try and sit down with him instead of running all over my house and getting stuff done. I try and just sit with him for like a good 30 to 40 minutes at least, and just play with him and give him that one-on-one attention. And that seems to be helping a lot, even though I know that can be hard to just sit and do one little thing when you have so many things on your to-do list. But that has been helping, and I've been trying to make sure that I do that. We've been doing lots of dance parties, taking like extra baths just to occupy the time. We've been reorganizing. He's been kind of helping me with that. I don't know, we've just been trying to stay as busy as possible. I hope that gave you some ideas, but we're cooped up. To be honest, I feel like I've been quarantined all winter, because when we live in Minnesota, it's just really cold, and I haven't been taking the kids out very much in the last like 3 months, because it's been really bad for like influenza and RSV here. So I haven't even been taking their kids to like their little educational classes, just to avoid the spread of anything. Like I mentioned, my husband is immunosuppressed, so we kind of practice social distancing all throughout the winter when there's a lot of junk going around. Obviously now it is more extensive, but I definitely try and avoid a lot of germs just in general to help protect my husband, because he is at risk for any sort of sickness that he gets. Although he is very healthy, but being on that immunosuppressant really affects his immune system. Another question that I got is, where did you and your husband meet? So this is kind of a funny story, and it sounds super weird. So I met my husband when I was, let's see, I would have been 17. So I was 17 and he would have been 20, or would he have been 19? I think he had just turned 20. Me and my husband are about 2.5 years apart. So I was a senior in high school and he would have been a sophomore in college. But I was doing post-secondary, so we were actually going to the same community college in my town. But we ended up meeting through a mutual friend. So it was at Thanksgiving time and my husband was living with a few of his friends in an apartment and they all lived there together. And then I had a friend who knew one of his friends and we ended up going to, it was like a Friendsgiving dinner at my now husband's apartment. So I actually met him at his apartment, which is very weird. I didn't know him at all. I had some mutual friends that were going, and let me tell you, I did not want to go at all. I had just gotten off work, but my friend convinced me. She's like, come on, I want to go. She wanted to see these people. So I was like, fine. Turns out it ended up being the best thing ever, and we just slowly kind of got to know each other after that. My husband and I, it was not like a sweep you off your feet type of romance. It was more like we were friends first, even though we both, I think, knew we wanted to be more than that the whole time. But it was a very slow getting to know each other process, which I actually love. I think the fact that we were actually friends first before we started dating was really beneficial for us. It just like helped us stay just like very level-headed and calm throughout our entire relationship. There wasn't any of that like head over heels craziness where you're just like not even using your brain. So I don't know, that's how we met. I hope that gave you like a little insight onto how we actually started our relationship. So let's see, we met when I was 17 and I'm now 23. Yeah, I'm 23. Oh my god, so it's been like 6 years. We met about 6 years ago. We've been married for, it will be 3 years in August. So there's kind of the background on my husband and I's relationship. One more question that I did have is, how do you post 3 videos a week with 2 kids? I've actually had the question a lot. So I'm really busy, just to put it out there bluntly. So I have an 8-month-old and then I have a 2-year-old. He just turned 2. So they're about 16 months apart. I'm very, very busy and my husband does work full time. So I don't really get like the help from him to edit during the day or anything like that. So basically 100% of my editing, filming, all of that pretty much happens during nap time or after the kids are in bed. So I film about 2 days a week for like my longer videos, and then my what's for dinner videos I film every single evening that I cook dinner, obviously, and then I compile that video for Sunday because I do upload a what's for dinner every single Sunday. So that is kind of like my filming schedule. And then as far as editing, I typically will edit 5 days a week during nap time unless I have something else going on. And then I usually will be editing probably about 4 to 5 evenings a week. It just kind of depends on what videos I have going out that week, if I have to do a voiceover, add music, all of those types of things. So that is how I do it. I'm just really busy, but I love doing YouTube and I just make it happen because it's something that I want to do, and that's my best advice. You can't do it going into it for the money because YouTube is seriously so much work. If you don't have a YouTube channel, you probably don't recognize how many hours you spend on YouTube, but I would say I spend, oh my gosh, 20 hours a week at least doing my YouTube videos. Granted, I think I take a long time to edit. I don't know if everyone does that much or not, but it's very time consuming, but I love it and that's just how I make it happen. But that is going to be it for this little Q&A, life update, chatty situation. I just wanted to come on here and talk with you guys because I think we're all feeling very overwhelmed, and I just wanted to come on here, say hello and talk because most of my other videos are not that way. But as of Sunday, I will be posting my normal video, and then all next week is going to be completely normal again. I just needed a little bit of a sanity check this past week, and I think we were all there. So back to normal videos next week. I hope you guys are doing okay. If you have any prayer requests or anything like that, please leave them for me down below, or you can totally DM me on Instagram as well. I will be praying for you all, praying for your safety. Keep that social distancing going because it will help the whole situation that we're in. And yeah, that is it for this video. I hope that you guys enjoyed it. Let me know if you did. Give it a thumbs up, and I will see you guys next time. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.